Happy Saturday, everybody. What's going on? What's going on? How's it going? Are we in focus? Are we in focus? Yes. How's everybody doing? Doing good? Pull this a little closer here. There we go. That's better. That's better. Happy Saturday, everybody. What's going on watching you? Adriana, Jonathan, what's up? What's up? It's so long for Saturday, right? I'm good. I'm tired, but I'm good. I'm a little tired. I'm a little tired, but I am indeed good. We're here. More Yashahime. I'm low energy today. I gotta pep up. I didn't have a chance to eat because I didn't want to get out of the bed. That's the kind of tired that I was. Like, I didn't feel like moving. So I forewent breakfast and all that stuff. And I had to get up to do this. How's everybody's week's been? Now, for a few of you, I haven't talked to you in a week. I know you stopped by, I think, a few times this week, right? You had stopped by to say hi. How's classes, Adriana? Ah, nice. Busy. Nice. That's good. That is good. That's definitely good. Oh my gosh. Excuse me. I'm sorry. This is usually when people are like, I need my coffee, but I'm not a coffee person. Yeah, I'm not a coffee person. This is usually when someone says, I need my coffee. Gotten through life so far without it. Hopefully I don't need it. That's good. That's definitely good. I'm watching you. You got that back. Oh. It's snowing. I woke up and thought it was raining. And then I looked outside and it's snowing. Not a fan of snow. Not a fan of snow at all. I don't like it. Snow is fun to play football in, American football. It's fun to play football in and to watch the little kids run around and be happy in the snow. That's it. There's nothing fun about being cold. There's nothing fun about walking in the snow. Like, I hate it. Like, walking in the snow, like the sound of, like, some people hate the sound of styrofoam. Like, in that styrofoam doesn't bother me that much. Like, I'm thinking about walking on snow and it's like sending shivers down my spine. I hate the sound of walking. I'm getting shivers down my spine thinking about it. I hate the sound of walking on snow. I hate the feeling of walking on snow. Certain snow. So, like, I don't know, like powdery snow. I hate. Hold on. Look, if I could get the focus to go on my arms. Hold on. Like, if I could get I have goosebumps thinking about it. I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate walking on, like, powdery snow. It sends shivers down my spine. But, like, crunchy snow, it's weird. I don't know how to classify it because I've never cared enough to classify it. But, like, the crunchy snow, I'm like, okay, like, I can deal with that. But the powdery snow, that's just, send shivers down my spine. I don't like it. I don't like being cold anyways. I hate being cold. It rained and snowed here a few days ago and now it's sunny. I want the sun back. It's cold. It's dark at 4:30. Sucks. I'm the person that, right, I don't like cold weather. I'll complain about cold weather so much, but it's whenever someone complains about cold weather and warm weather. It's too hot, then it's too cold. It's just like, I've always said to myself, that can't be me. You pick one. I like the summertime. I like the heat. I'll never complain if it's hot. I'll never complain that it's hot, especially when it's like getting close to like spring. I'll never ever complain, not once. It'll be hot, yes, and I'll be suffering in heat. I'll be suffering from heat, but I'll never utter it because I'd rather that than be cold. I'd rather that than be cold. Now I'm gonna be complaining all the way until April. I'm gonna be complaining all the way until April. I don't like the cold. About to be living. It's flu season here. I think we're entering our flu season too, where I'm at. Pretty sure we're entering our flu season, which is gonna be all muddied up with everything else that's happening. About to be living on soup, oatmeals, tea, cocoa, cider, coffee, cream of wheat, chili, toast. Yes, I'm watching you. Yes. Oh, sounds good. I kind of want to make a chili. I had chili. Like, it had got cold. We had like a cold front for like a week, maybe in the end of September, the beginning of October, where it was just like it was like unnecessarily cold for no reason, right? Because it's usually still kind of warm. You're like in like where I'm at, it's usually like around the 60s and the 70s. Like it'll drop down to the 60s as we head into October, but it was like 40 for like a week straight. And that week I was like, I'm making a chili, right? Like I was like, I'm eating a chili. Made a chili, ate on that for like 2 or 3 days. And then the next week after that cold front, it was literally 75, 80 degrees in October. I was like, what the heck is going on? I was like, what the heck is going on? When I feel cold or have a cold, I eat hot. Yeah. Usually when I get sick, what I do is I usually wrap myself up in a blanket. Like whenever I start to like, because like you feel when you're about to get sick, like you get the little itch in your throat. Like I know my body, so I know when something's off and when I'm about to get sick. Because I only get sick like maybe once, if twice a year. I only get sick once a year, so I know the signs. My throat, like if I get like an itch, it's like usually like I get my itch. I have asthma, so all this stuff is all it's all connected. I'm sorry, but whenever I can tell when I'm getting sick. If I feel like taking medicine, I'll take it, but I'll get my cough drops. I'll get either a Theraflu or just some hot tea, and then I'll turn the heat on, and then I'll wrap myself in a blanket and literally just like put myself in a hibernation and just try to sweat it out before it actually like kicks in. It's got like a 70% chance. That's what I usually do. I usually try to sweat it out. Usually try to heat my body up so I could get and just burn through it. Sometimes it's just like the next day I'm good, no sick, and then there's sometimes where I wake up the next day like, yo, this didn't work. So it's hit or miss, but it saved me for some time. It saved me. Yeah, it's pneumonia weather, right? It's weird. October, a weird month. I love ginger beer when I'm congested. Yeah. I never realized how good ginger was until like I was like all stuffy one day and my aunt gave me some ginger to suck on, and she was like, it'll open you right up, and I was like, okay. And I took it, and that junk cleared almost instantly. It just opened me right up. I was like, whoa, this is crazy. And I was like, this is crazy. Enough babbling. Enough babbling. All right, so I won't waste any more time, right? Mute that up. Gotta give, try. It opened me straight up. I was like, whoa, it was crazy. It felt weird. I was like, it was almost instantly. It like a few minutes I was sucking on it, and then I just was like, oh my gosh. It was amazing. All right, so recap time. What happened last week? Oh, what happened was I talked about it in the Discord. So if you didn't see it, I had mentioned it at like almost not exactly after the episode, but a little bit after the episode. I was sitting there making the thumbnail. No, it was a little bit after. It was like almost right after the episode. Because I didn't mention it during the stream last week, but like as I was watching the episode again so I could find an image for the thumbnail. Whenever we're at the beginning and Motoha's asking like, "Oh, do you have any more bounties this and the third?" And then he's like, "Yeah, you didn't get the head, so you don't get like." Oh, that's at the end of the episode, but he was like, "I got this bounty for 1,000 mon if you go take care of what I'm sending you to do, right?" And Motoha is like, "Okay, cool. Like, I like, all right, I'll go do that." So like they're all standing there. She's like, "Come on, let's go," and they're like, It was like, we don't want to do that, right? And she was just like, well, we've done everything together so far, so it's like, why not? It's like, oh, we have like different goals, so maybe we should like separate for the day, and you just go do what you want to do, and we'll do what we want to do. And it was like, well, like as I'm watching, I was like, well, that's kind of okay. Like Motoha's been helping you guys out with everything, and this is like. Even though she has dragged them into some stuff as well, but it's just like you guys have been doing everything together, so why not try to stick together? So then you get Motoha. She ran off. She was upset, right? And then you get the scene, like the touching scene with Motoha that I think was the best part of that episode, if not of the season so far. I love that little how she's talking with herself about like, man, we were friends. I just thought we were gonna do this. I was trying to be friends. Plus, we're family. I was just trying to act how families should act. Like, I don't really know. So I enjoyed that. But what really bothered me was you get that scene and then you cut back to Setsuna and Toa, and they're like, "Oh, can you have you found anything on the dream butterfly yet?" And he's like, "No." He was like, "But you can put out a bounty for it, and somebody will definitely come, and if they succeed with the bounty, they'll bring it back, and you'll like how bounties go." So they're like, "Well, how are we gonna do that?" And he was like, "You need 1,000 mon in order to put the bounty up." And I'm just like, and then I like paused and I sat there. I was like, "Oh, that's not cool." I guess I wasn't paying attention during the stream. I must have been like talking back and forth. I don't know like why I didn't catch it, but I was like, guess who just got a bounty for 1,000 mon? Motoha. And they just kicked her to the curb because it's not like our paths aren't the same. Like our motivations aren't the same. So yeah, because then Toa, like she got the little smirk. She looked at Setsuna and Setsuna was like, "Oh, come on." Because the whole thing was we need 1,000 mon so we could put a bounty on the dream butterfly. Motoha took the bounty for 1,000 mon just so she could have the money. So now we're going to go catch up with Motoha, tag along with her so we could clear this bounty, and then we can take her entire bounty, the whole 1,000 mon from her, so that we could do the bounty on the dream butterfly, right? And I'm like, that's kind of foul because you blew her off, and now you're gonna take everything, her whole purse from her that she would have gotten if she succeeds in this quest. I was like, one, that's not cool. I don't like that. I don't like that. If they just would have asked Motoha, right? If they just would have said, "Motoha, if you help us with this, maybe we can help you with that." There's no way she would have said no. She's been tagging along this whole time now with them, right? With no question, like she hasn't been questioning them or putting up a fight with anything. She's just been tagging along, wanting to be there because she has friends. So if the two of them would have been like, "Yo, we need help. Are you going to help us?" She would have said yes. There's no way she wouldn't have said no. But they're like, "Okay, guess who just got the 1,000 mon? The 1,000 mon bounty." So then they catch up, and that's when you get the scene when she's still moping on top of I can't remember the boy's name. What's his? It starts with a T. Forgive me. And then she looks down, and like Toa's yelling out to her, and then that's when Motoha like gets happy, and then she slaps him and makes him fly faster and makes them chase her. So then they get down, And they're like, and she's like, so why you guys want to come now? You already blew me off. And then Toa looks down and she's like, well, and then Setsuna instantly lies. And I'm like, come on. Why are we lying? Why I didn't, and I was like, that's two. I don't like that. Like, I don't like that. That like it's a straight up lie. Like, why are we lying to her? We don't need to lie to her. We don't need to lie to her at all. So then so and this is where I get to thinking. So it's like, we lie to her. We don't tell her why we're really here. So what if we went through the entire episode, right? What if we ended up getting the bounty, taking his head, bringing it back, and getting the 1,000 mon bounty? Are we then going to have the conversation of, right? Are we then going to have the conversation of, hey, Moroha, we need 1,000 mon in order to put a bounty for the dream butterfly? And Moroha's going to be like, well, I only have 1,000 mon. And then they're going to be like, well, can we have it so we could put the bounty so we could get Setsuna's dreams back? It's straight manipulation because Moroha's going to say yes because Moroha's the one that knows the most information. So why wouldn't she want to help these people that she's trying to grow a connection with, her family? It just felt like straight manipulation from the two of them, right? And I did not like it. That was like a down part of the episode for me. I watched it back and I was like, I don't like this, man. I don't like it at all. It really rubbed me the wrong way. I didn't like it because I'm like, this is unnecessary. It felt unnecessary to me. It felt so unnecessary to me for them to do that. And it's just like, yeah, you can connect it back to who their fathers are and how they interacted with each other, right? You can link it back to that, sure, but they're not their fathers, right? They're not their fathers. That's what the show's trying to tell us. You walk your own path. That's what Moroku said in whatever episode that was, in the flashback that Setsuna heard on the road. You walk your own path. You don't do the same things that your fathers did. Create your own path. You don't do the same things that they did. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. Rubbed me the wrong way. It really did. It really did. And just from Toa's personality, I would have expected Toa to speak up and say something. Like, Setsuna would have lied and Toa would have been like, no. We didn't even get that. Toa just looked at her and said, all right, cool. We're going to go through with this. I didn't like it. I didn't appreciate it. Sour spot. That's like outside of them not asking questions in a few episodes, like they just let things rock. That was like a sour spot for these couple episodes, right? I didn't like it. It sucked. It really did. It really did. Virtual backpack. Yeah. I want some more character stuff, right? I want some more character stuff. So far, out of personal bias, I just enjoy Moroha's character the most. Very carefree. She can be deep and introspective if she wants to. There's stuff that she's hiding. I enjoy her character the most. I really do. All right, my ramblings are done. We're gonna get started. My ramblings are done. We're gonna get started. We're starting episode 10. Yashahime, half blood, half demon princess. Damn it, princess half demon. Yashahime, princess half demon. Episode 10. We're gonna get started in 5, 4, 3, 2. That's a 3 again. 2, 1. All right, that might be a little bit too loud. Excuse me. A feudal fairy tale. I like that tagline for it, a feudal fairy tale. Yashahime, princess half demon. I love it. Ooh. Ooh. Mountains and caves. Oh. Thank you for everybody that's watching. I appreciate you. Stupid mouse. I gotta get a new mouse. Fighting already? What the heck? It came out fighting. Oh. What the heck? Is this supposed to mimic like what sharks do? That's a clean design, not gonna lie. It's a clean design. No background music. Nah, I haven't. I was gonna try to test it out to see if I liked it or not. I haven't tested it yet. I'll test it with something I don't like that much. Right, Jonathan. That's why I mentioned. I was like, is this supposed to be like imitate like imitate like sharks and stuff? They like as they hatched, they hit the ground and they were fighting. So it was like, yeah, like sharks, they end up fighting, and usually one wins. One usually eats all of its siblings inside of the mother, and then that's who the mother shark gives birth to. I was like, that kind of reminded me of that. I was like, it's crazy. You know, they hatched and they were already scrapping. Freaking cannibals. When I learned that, it blew my mind because there was I think I forgot what I watched it on, but they actually had like footage of it. They actually had like footage inside of them, like a camera inside of it. I don't know if it was like a recreation, but it showed like the biggest one, which going through and picking off all the smaller ones one by one. The gold and silver rainbow pearls. Hmm. I will. I definitely will. Jube sama. No. Ooh, what's happening? Demon siblings. Okay. Kinka and Ginka. Every day? Damn. Oh boy. Oh wow. How long have you guys been fighting each other? I can only imagine how long they've been fighting each other. Now, are they gonna work together to fight them? That would be funny. Damn. So interrupted got him slugged. Ah, that's crazy. And they've just been stuck in this battle for how long? How have you not been able to kill each other if you guys been able to deal these crazy blows to each other? Yeah, right, Jonathan. Oh, that's interesting, though. They're gonna work together. They're gonna work together to get the rainbow pearls. Of course. Of course. Of course. Temporary truce so they can get the rainbow pearls. So they can end up in another stalemate when they both get a rainbow pearl if they were to succeed. These two dingbats. Greedy monster. What the hell? Yeah. You could totally like they're wrapped up all the way to the end. Like they could look completely different from when they hatch. And they just possess them. Did it work? Did it work? Yes, it did. That's weird to me. How so that that's so weird. They got the pearls? Look, Moda is the only one that knows. Like what? Back at you. I have to remember his name. Um at I'm watching you at the rankers. So go to the Discord and say at rankers and see what they have to say. And then we'll all talk about it. Come on. Well, there they go. Destroyed their little hut. Yeah, so on the Discord, the little at symbol and then rankers. So it should look like this. I like her design, man. I really do. It should look like that on the Discord. Is she gonna body them and take the rainbow pearls from them? Ooh, revenge on Shishomaru. Huh. Exactly. I knew it. She was gonna body them and take it from them. Yep, I knew it. You think he stole the pearls from her? Interesting. Interesting. I knew it. I knew. I as soon as they went back to her, yeah. Oh, that's messed up. That's pretty twisted. They did say that. True. You're right. You're right, Jonathan. You are right. They did say that. Effective? No. Jeez. Yeah, I'm assuming that as well. That she did eat them all. Yeah, that was your third time doing that, my guy. She's remembering. The person standing next to you that's been calling you your sister. Are they gonna? Hold on. Is seeing that gonna make her remember? Yeah, she wasn't lying. Well, damn. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I'm I'm I I'm thinking the same thing, Jonathan. Like, how is she getting memories back if they were taken? But maybe there's, I don't know. I don't know. I need to know more. Good man. Did Setsuna jump or is Setsuna flying? I just wanted to know. I think she jumped. Imbued it with fire. I will admit she's had some of the coolest designs from some of the villains we fought so far this season. One of the coolest. Bam. Oh, okay, Setsuna. That should be super effective. Oh yeah, it was. Let him go. If you both survive, you guys should just be happy. What the heck? Finish the job. Let's get her out of here. Yes, finish it, Setsuna. Finish it. She's gone. She done? Yes. Good finish. Good finish. Good finish. That's pretty sad. How do the pros know to go back to them? Oh my gosh, Motoha. Oh. Oh man. they've screwed this girl twice in 2 episodes. Almost starting to believe the show is 24 episodes. I think I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe the pearl's permanent part of their eyes. Yeah. If it were, then I would like it if it just can't be taken like that. Like if the pearl naturally is going to return to its owner, I would like it if it didn't just someone could just go into their minds without their permission and then just take it, and then I don't know. I'm just freestyling. But I don't know. Maybe this is 24. But we did our villain of the week thing in Inuyasha as well, and that ended up being very long. I think the only thing that so far we're 10 episodes in. Like the whole thing is that we're 10 episodes in to this. And I'm like trying to see if I can make my comparison to Inuyasha, not from story's sake, but just for the length of the series, right? I'm trying to think if like we really weren't introduced to Naraku being who Naraku ended up being for almost 200 episodes this early in, right? If I'm remembering correctly. Like we were just dealing with, we were basically going through Demon of the Week with Kikyo and all that stuff. And then like halfway through like the teens and all of that stuff is when we get like the Kikyo revival, dealing with Kikyo, all that stuff. That's all like the first 20 some odd episodes of Inuyasha. But you really don't get introduced to Naraku, forgive me, being that guy that we are constantly going to encounter for a little bit. Like we get to see in those, like, but it's not like this. Like we're 10 episodes in and there's something fishy going on with Shishomaru. Kirin Maru seems like he's our final bad guy. We've already defeated 2 of the 4 perils. We have seen 6 of the 7 pearls. Like we've seen so much, right? You like, I would assume I would have thought that we would be not introduced to the final villain, but introduced to someone that is doing something, and then through that person, right? And then through that person, we get a glimpse of like how I thought this possibly could have gone was like Toketsu was dealt with, and that was cool. And then whenever we ran up on Kyuki, how Kyuki was presented, it seemed like we're going to be dealing with Kyuki for quite a little bit. Like she has her, like, it felt so weird to introduce Kyuki. Like they introduced Kyuki. She said she had these ambitions with Kirin Maru. She's working on her own entire plan. Right? She's doing her own thing. She's trying to use she's like, I'm gonna like usurp Kirin Maru, and then she gets beaten by the girls, and then Riku comes in and takes the pearl and kills her, and it's just like, well, okay, and it's like, all right, cool. Then we get, what was the other pearl from last week? I don't remember his name. We get introduced to him. We fight. We beat him, but he gets away. So now we're still dealing with him. But in regards to him and Kyuki, he just seems like someone that's trying to preserve history, which seems weird. Like he knows he's like, this tree is important to history. Destroys the temple around it. And he's just sitting there looking at the tree. So, like, as far as like comparing Tauntaun, thank you. So comparing him and Kyuki seems like someone that would be like a sub boss. Like Kyuki's playing these strings. Like we got the scene with Kirin Maru, Riku's running around, but that one scene with Kirin Maru, we get it. We see Kyuki report to him, And then I figured like we don't come back to him for a while, right? We don't come back to him for a while. We deal with Kyuki for like the next 10 episodes, 12 episodes, however long it takes to deal with her. And then through that's when we get into like as we're dealing with Kyuki, we do like our villain of the week as we're dealing with her. And then one of the villains of the week is running into Tauntaun last week. And it's like, oh, he's one of the 4 pearls too. And you have this encounter with him. You probably don't beat him like that, but you have this encounter with him. And then it's just like, we got to deal with him later, but we're still dealing with Kyuki because she's got this big, huge thing planned. That's how I felt like they could have stretched it. And then she got bodied. So now it's just like, yo, we got introduced to these dudes. In one episode, we get introduced, like we see them born. We get introduced to them. They steal the pearls. We fight them. They die. We get the pearls back, and Setsuna starts getting memories back. That's a lot to happen in one episode. There's a lot that happened in one episode. And like now that has me thinking like, well, what exactly is the deal with the dream butterfly and Setsuna's memories, right? Because I was trying to make this distinction with dreams and memories, because Setsuna doesn't remember anything, right? But the dream butterfly took her dreams. So Setsuna doesn't sleep, she doesn't dream, but she has no memories of her childhood. She has no memories growing up. She only has recent memories. It's weird. It's really weird. So now she's starting to get memories back. Like she's remembering that moment in the forest, and I'm not understanding, right? And maybe it's a translation thing. Maybe the dream butterfly doesn't actually mean dream butterfly. Like, if you get what I'm trying to say, maybe it's translated dream because that's what the closest word that's associated to it. But maybe it's not a dream, an actual dream butterfly. I don't know. It's odd. Like what would be the point of introducing the dream butterfly if Setsuna starts to get her memories back? Independently, I might add. If the dream butterfly took them, how can she get those memories back on her own? Unless the dream butterfly literally took her dreams and sealed her memories. That could be something. Or maybe the dream butterfly really did take her dreams and her ability to sleep, and someone else sealed Setsuna's memories. What if that's the case? But I need more information on that. Because it just seems like them encountering 2 siblings that are fighting each other is what, like they, and the crazy thing is that they both were remembering it at the same exact time. I don't know. Pretty crazy. Excuse me. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. I don't know. But how this is shaping up, unless another person outside of Kirin Maru, or we just go the Naraku route with Kirin Maru, we defeat all his perils, we deal with all that, and then Kirin Maru gets away, and we reassess. I don't know. I would kind of like it if we like, because Kirin Maru apparently, according to the Tree of Ages, is working on a plan to like go through time and take over stuff, right? That's his plan. And in lesser words, that's his plan. I would like it if we did this whole journey, like freed the people that we needed to free, did all of this stuff, right? And then we get to Kirin Maru, fight him, and then he sent like I'm just thinking in my brain like the 3 of them, Setsuna, Toa, Moroha, Takechi, like Inuyasha, Kagome, Sango, Moro, like everyone is here. Shishomaru as well. Maybe not Rin, because maybe Rin will still be in the tree. We get to a point where all of them are there, and they're all like going up against Kirin Maru and whatever other nonsense he has like up, like in the way to fight. And like he succeeds and somehow like splits them all through time. And now for somehow, some way, I don't know how they would do it, they have to work their ways either to the present day or to the past, right? To regroup with each other, to have another final confrontation with Kirin Maru. I would like that. And through that, you definitely could extend this past the 24. But it definitely seems like this is about to be a straight 24 episodes, right? Maybe, I don't know. What's up, Ia? Maybe my head hurts. Maybe it triggered the memories, as in the yeah. It's possible, maybe. Yeah, it's possible. But my only question to that is, we were under the assumption that Setsuna didn't have memories and couldn't dream nor sleep because of the dream butterfly. If it is indeed the dream butterfly affected all of those things, how is Setsuna remembering something that should have been taken? Right? That, I think that's my question. And maybe it's just I'm thinking it's possibly like truly thinking it's like a translation error. Like the dream butterfly in Japanese isn't an actual dream that we consider in the English tongue, this weird language, a dream. So maybe it's not a dream. Maybe it's like it means something else, but it doesn't have a literal translation. So the best you can come up with is dream butterfly. I don't know. But for me in my brain, if the dream butterfly took those things, like took them, like we seen the dream butterfly take them and then go to Rin and give them to Rin. If that's the case, then how is Setsuna remembering? If they were taken, right? Not duplicated, not copied, taken. Unless, like I said a little bit, but unless the dream butterfly actually took her dreams and her ability to sleep, and someone else sealed her memories. Maybe it was a 2-for-1, and we just don't know it yet. And Setsuna doesn't know it as well. It could be. That would make the most sense for her starting to remember if we did end up meeting someone either from the past that sealed her memories as well. And the dream butterfly just took her ability to dream and sleep. Energy from dreams, like the vitality from a never resting person to a comatose one, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think that's the case. I think the thing that is keeping Rin alive, so to say, in the tree is Setsuna's dreams from the dream butterfly. I think it possibly could be a constant thing. Only because of episode, what was that, 8? Episode 8, when we get the dreams, when we get each of them having each other's dreams, Toa sees the dream butterfly go to Setsuna just like that, right? Just in this exact garb and everything. But Setsuna wasn't, like, when she first showed up to Kaede, she didn't know anything. So that's why I'm saying I think it's not a one and done thing. I think this dream butterfly consistently shows up to Setsuna time and time again. That's what I think. That the dream butterfly has made repeated visits to Setsuna to take it. And like it has a status effect that lasts for however long. And as the status effect starts to end, possibly around this time, maybe that's why she's remembering, the dream butterfly comes back in, takes them, and Setsuna just goes on and about her way. She never really had nothing to trigger her memories because she was never around Toa. She was always around Demon Slayer, so there would be nothing to trigger it. I don't know. It's interesting. It's very interesting. I hope it's not something convoluted. I'll hope that. But it's interesting however they decide to go, like how they decide to go with this. It really is interesting. with the cursor. It's very interesting. I do like her design, man. I really do enjoy her design. She's had one of the more interesting designs from some of the side characters that we have like run into outside of the four perils, right? I think Kyuki's design I like a bit more than hers. But outside of everyone else that we've run into, her and Kyuki have had the best designs. Like not counting Kirin Maru and some like Enriku and those characters that consistently reoccur or will be important to the possible climax of this series. Am I the only one that feels like Motoha is comic relief? Am I the only one that feels that way? Motoha feels like comic relief to me. She really does feel like the comedic relief from this whole show. She's here to make the stuff funny. That's what it feels like so far. Like all this being completely transparent, I'm definitely interested in the. If I'm being really transparent, I understand the importance of the sisterly bond between Toa and Setsuna and why Toa harps on it so much. Because it's like the whole crux of Toa's, like it's her whole thing. The reason why she ended up in the future and like it's the whole reason she ended up in the future. It's what fueled her. Right? So like Setsuna like being her sister is a huge deal, right? And I want to go through this journey of Setsuna actually not denying Toa being her sister, right? Not denying it. And going through that journey of them actually acting like siblings and acting like, right? I would love that. But I forgot where I was going with this. But I'm much more interested, and this is not, I'll say this, it's all right, Andriana. It's not because of my bias, right? Because of like liking Inuyasha or anything. It's not my bias. I did like how she ended this fight though. I'll say that with Setsuna. It's not my bias with Motoha. Right? I want to know more of I don't want to know more about Motoha. I'm more interested it's off of that one scene alone from last week. I want to see Motoha's journey. I want to see like what she goes through, like the way she feels because the fact that she's the comedic relief of the three of them. She's here to make the stuff funny. Right? When the group first got assembled, it was Inuyasha, Kagome, and Moroku. Right? We met Moroku before we met Sango, if I'm not mistaken. And when we were going through dealing with Moroku, chasing him from little village to little village until we get into our encounter, Moroku was the comedic relief. Right? And then he's our comedic relief. That's what Motoha feels like to me. Like she's our comedic relief. But for me, when she gets into her introspective bag, right? When she has that, it's a little scene from last week. When she has that scene, it hits me more than the sisterly bond between Setsuna and Toa, right? Because Toa's is more so of guilt, and Setsuna just doesn't care because she doesn't know. But Motoha feels like a person that has experienced things and wants to long for something, right? And that resonates with me more. Her wanting to long for something. It resonates with me more. Like Setsuna is just here because it's just like, well, I can't get rid of you, so I'll stick around. But now more so, she's starting to remember. But Toa's is just just guilt. She's just guilty for not being there. I could have saved her from not being this. So, like, I'm not even like my bias aside, just Motoha just hits me more, right? Motoha's story hits me more. I'd love to get more of it. I wish Toa and Setsuna's story that they're trying, like, that's taking the main focus of all these episodes would hit me more than Motoha's does, but it doesn't. She's like Inuyasha and Kaede hybrid to me. Brash, compulsive, but also wise and compassionate. Yeah, it's a good call out. Motoha isn't good comedic relief because she really doesn't do anything funny. She gets upset when they leave her behind, when she loses the demon body. Yeah, I said this when we got to this scene. I said it when we first finished it, and I quite literally said, I was like, 2 episodes in a row they screwed this girl. I said that literally. 2 episodes in a row they screwed her. I don't know if you were here at the beginning when I went through like my little rant breakdown of last week, right? Were you here, Andriana, when I went through that earlier? I went through like my whole breakdown of why I didn't like the scene towards the beginning of that episode that spurred Motoha talking about how she finally feels like she has friends, and she wants to act like a family with her family, like with her family members. And I went through like a little rant. I don't appreciate it. Oh, yes. Yeah, and I expounded on it. I expounded on it a little bit more today. I expounded on it. What it seems like, and I don't know, because I mentioned it earlier, but it just feels like, yes, they're Inuyasha and Shishomaru's children, right? More virtual backpacks, yeah. It's I was like yes, they're like, we know how. What's up, Rock? What's up? Like, we know the relationship between Shishomaru and Inuyasha, how the relationship was for the majority of their life so far. They really didn't get on like good terms until close to the end of the series. So, like, we know what that relationship was, and it kind of feels like we kind of feel like they're not, because they're not in the same situation as them, right? They're not at all. But it kind of seems like that, like they're at, like, things just end up that way because of who their fathers are, right? It seems that way. Like, Motoha's always the butt of everything because that's how Shishomaru would treat Inuyasha. And granted, these girls may not be doing it on purpose, but that's how it comes across. But, and why I don't like that is because of what the exposition of their relationship we went through throughout the entire series, including Final Act, as well as having Setsuna say she ran into a traveler, which we know is Moroku, and whatever he told her, like, not the parable, but what he told her basically means you walk your own path. You don't follow in the footsteps of your father. You don't repeat the things that he did. You forge your own path. To have a character say that to them and then seemingly have these girls end up in the same thing, that they're like, this same sort of kind of relationship that they had, that they're, it doesn't match up to what the series is telling us, right? If anything, I would rather these 3 be really close instead of the 2 of them, instead of Toa trying to get close with Setsuna, and therefore Motoha is just left out. And that's what it feels like to me. It just feels like Motoha is there. It feels like she's just there. It really does. Like, Setsuna could care less about bounty hunting because she's a demon slayer, right? And granted, she has no memory, so she really could care less. She's being dragged along by the two of them. And Toa just wants to get Setsuna's memories back. But Motoha's like, I kind of want to be a bounty hunter, but I know we're family. So I want to help you guys out too. Maybe we could actually be a family. And the other two, they just want to do what they want to do. Right? Demon Slayer. Yes, Setsuna's a demon slayer. Do Setsuna and Toa even know they're cousins? Shouldn't they? No, not shouldn't they. Forgive me. I shouldn't say that. But last week someone said that they found out from the Tree of Ages that they were related. So they all were present for that, so they should know. I'm just relaying what someone said last week. Someone last week said that the Tree of Ages is how they know they're related. The Tree of Ages mentioned that in episode 4. I don't remember. Like, I'll be honest, I don't remember. Yeah, that is true. Like a twin bond can exclude it, but right now that twin bond is only one way. Right? That twin bond is only working one way. It's only working Tetsuna. I combined their names. It's only working from Toa to Setsuna. It's not reciprocated back from Setsuna to Toa until her thoughts this episode. So that twin bond is only working one way. Setsuna, like, quite literally, well, not right. I wouldn't say now, but everything up until before. I would say everything up until before the beginning of last week's episode. If Motoha and Toa never showed up again, Setsuna would be perfectly fine. And she would just go back to doing whatever she wanted to do. She would be perfectly fine. I remember everyone freaking out. Like, I don't remember. I remember you guys freaking out. But let's go investigate. Episode 4. Let's do some investigating. She said daughters of Shishomaru, which clued Motoha into knowing. I'm looking at episode 4. Like, I'm pretty sure that Motoha, because of I think Motoha knows of her parents, but she doesn't know her parents, right? Because what was it, episode 5 or was it episode 6 when we were fighting was it the cat demon under the temple? Whenever Myoga kept talking about Lord Inuyasha, and Motoha like hits the slick comment. Like, her slick comment was, I don't know him, right? She knows of Inuyasha, but she doesn't know him because we've seen that they sent her away when she was an infant. So she kind of said it like I don't, like, you keep saying that, but I don't know who that is. Like, you could say that's my father, but I don't know who that man is. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure Motoha knows who her parents are, knows that these are my parents, but probably has some ill will because where the hell are you? She doesn't know. She probably doesn't know what happened to them, why they left her. All she knows is that they left her. So for her to be like, you are Shishomaru, because she knows who Shishomaru is, She knows who Inuyasha is. She probably knows that they're brothers. So she's just two and two together. Oh, these are my cousins. I think that's a clear distinction. Whatever was that episode 5 or episode 6 where where Motoha shoots that slick comment at them. Is it Jako Tsumaru? Is it this one? Was it the first episode of I think, was it this episode? I don't remember. But I remember one of these episodes, Motoha saying that slick comment back, like, I don't know them. I don't remember. I would literally have to, like, I'd really have to. And plus, yeah, she does know. She would have to know because Miyoga sitting here talking about the generations of his father closest to the dog demon, like she would definitely know. She would know. Yeah, it is this episode 5. What, Andriana? I see the Like, this is clear right here. Like, this would be confirmation if she's even listening to Miyoga. Because it's widely known that Shishomaru is the son of the great dog demon, right? That's common information. Right? Like, she says I don't care about that, but she's listening. So she knows. Like, like, this would be confirmation to her. It would absolutely be confirmation to her. I'll watch the series over and get the answer. I think this answers it. I think that answers it. I think that answers it. The previous episode, she found out that they're like, she knows who the great dog demon is, right? She knows who the great dog demon is. She knows that Shishomaru is in fact the son of the great dog demon. If Miyoga is telling her that your blood is the closest to the great dog demons, Lord Inuyasha is your father, right? Lord Inuyasha is your father, this, that, and the third. That's an easy put 2 and 2 together if they're both the son of the great dog demon. These girls are my cousins. But I also remember, I remember Motoha saying that we were saying something like, I don't know them. Like, I don't know him. I found a comment on another channel. I resumed it. Okay, I'll look. Let me look at it. Excuse me. As a writer, my main issue with Yashahime is the clarity of the Yashahime's motivations. Oh, excuse me. Forgive me. I disagree that the motivation at this point of the series is to find the dream butterfly. It is Toa's motivation only, but she's lost without. But she's lost without the other two helping her out, right? So unless the other two have the same motivation, the plot point is still sort of dead in the water. Motoha's motivation is to be a bounty hunter, but the underlying reason is not revealed yet, right? And Setsuna's motivation is to remain as a demon slayer, as she does not seem to want to find the dream butterfly. So with 3 different motivations at this point, one third of the story, I believe that's what's confusing viewers. The main plot point may be what you say it is, however, it is not clear to the audience at this point in time, right? What made Inuyasha compelling was the plot was clear from the beginning / the first few episodes. Collect the sacred jewel shards and defeat Naraku. The other characters joined Inuyasha and Kagome because they had the same motivation, which raised the stakes and made collecting the shards and defeating Naraku more important. I agree. In Yashahime's case, you have 3 characters put together without a clear motivation / goal to follow. That is what's confusing viewers, not the plot, in my opinion. I agree that the mystery grows with each episode. However, adding mystery to each episode is useless if the creator, author, is the only one who knows what's really going on until the very end. Right. Yashahime seems to be doing the opposite of Inuyasha, where the motivations are unclear until a final reveal, which is why viewers can't find a narrative thread they can follow. It's like we're looking at a bunch of puzzle pieces and we have no way of putting together because we don't have the goal/reference to decipher the clues, i.e., you don't have the border pieces to connect it. Right? I totally agree. I totally agree. This makes sense. Totally agree with that. I really do. Dream Butterfly. You gotta watch the series, Rock, if you haven't. I feel the same way. That person, I wanna say their username. This person's username is Phoebe404. And I don't know where Andriana got it from, but Phoebe404, that was all of her statements. And it just, like, she put it more eloquently than I did, right? I'm just going off of like my feeling, but off of like much more eloquently put. I'm not watching this episode again. I was supposed to be paying attention to it, but I'm not. But yeah, very eloquently put. I think that's pretty much. That's what I was describing. I'm just like Toa wants to get Setsuna's memories. Setsuna doesn't care, and Motoha's just there. That's what it feels like. Like Motoha is just there. Right? That house. It's just like I want more. It just feels like Motoha's there, but I resonate more with just everything that's been shown to us with Motoha than with the other two. Yeah, I think Jonathan said that as well. It's just like Jonathan was like, I think this is only going to be 24 episodes because everything is just going by way too fast. Like everything is going by way too fast. I would have loved it if we dealt with Kyuki for a little bit, while also understanding that Kirinmaru is the big bad, and we could have dealt with Kyuki for like a good 10 to 15 episodes, and then after we still could have had our interaction with Tauntaun, and then still been dealing with Kyuki, and then Tauntaun is the next person that we have to deal with. It just feels like we're just bang, bang, you're introduced, you're gone. You're introduced, you're gone. You're introduced, you're gone. That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. The owl was shown to us in the very first episode. We went through the 8 subsequent episodes, right? Getting back to that scene. And then literally the next episode, the owl gets killed. Like this, like, it's just like, yeah, it's crazy. Like the series might actually end up being short. It might not actually run as long as Inuyasha does. And if it does run that long, it's definitely not going to be because of anything that we've been told so far, right? As Phoebe said, we haven't, like, as Phoebe said, we have not been given a goal that everyone could actually, like, everyone is united on. I don't think so far we've been introduced to a goal that does unite them all. What is a goal that would unite the three of them? So far, it's nothing. Saving their mother, I think that would be the goal that would unite them, because Motoha is just nice enough. Granted, she's a bounty hunter, but she cares enough about the two of them to join them on their journey to save their mother, her aunt. I think that's what could unite them. Your mother is on the verge of dying. She did this to save you. Right? But so far I don't see what could be the uniting factor. What could be the uniting factor? So far in the 3 of their lives, there's not one person that the 3 of them know that would connect them together if that person were to die. It wouldn't. Right? Toa doesn't know her parents because she grew up 500 years in the future. Setsuna had her memories taken. And Motoha doesn't know her parents either because they left her when she was an infant. Right? So none of their parents would be a drawing factor. If Inuyasha and Kagome showed up right now and was like, yo, we need to do this, why would the 3 of them do it? What's outside, like what would be the reason? They have no motivation. They have no emotional connection to any of them. Right? Right? There's no motivation for the 3 of them. Because if Setsuna doesn't have her memories, you're just 2 random people showing up telling you could be lying to me. To Toa, she doesn't know who these people are. To Motoha, oh, you're my parents that abandoned me. Why did you do it? So now, why do I want to go on an adventure with you instead of actually us having a connection and trying to build a relationship, right? There's nothing, there's like, what else, like what motivation could motivate the 3 of them to actually work together outside of one of them just being self-serving enough to go along with the other one's plan? Because that's all this has been. There is nothing that can I don't see anything that's currently been told to us in these 10 episodes that connects the 3 of them enough for them to want to go on a journey, right? Save their parents. They don't know their parents. Get the rainbow pearls. They already got their rainbow pearls. Why do they need to go get more? Like, what could connect them? That's a good thing. Building a relationship is good motivation, yes. But Motoha's the only one that, like, Toa has no connection to her parents. Setsuna in her current state has no connection to her parents. At least Motoha has an idea of who her parents are. All Setsuna and Toa know is that their father is a bad guy who's trying to damn near end the world. That's it. That's all they know. They don't even know who their mom is. At least Motoha has an idea of who her parents could possibly be, and she could build off of that. All the 2 of them know is that this mystical tree told us to kill our father. That's all they know about their parents. They know nothing else. There's nothing to build from. There's absolutely nothing to build from. They would literally have to start from 0 in order to build that relationship. There's not even a building block for the both of them. Right? There's not even a building block for the both of them to build off of. There isn't. That's the crazy thing about this. I'm really trying to think what could connect the 3 of them, and I can't think. I really can't think. Yeah. I think that's it, but in my brain, Setsuna remembering stuff, it makes no sense. With how I'm trying to understand the dream butterfly, it makes no sense why Setsuna would start to remember. I thought the dream butterfly took them. I think this would be my, like, I don't understand it. Unless that's why I think I mentioned this a few weeks ago. I've mentioned it twice so far in the stream. So if this is the next time, right? Why were the memories in 3rd person? Right. But the whole thing is my 3rd time mentioning it. So I'm sorry if you're annoyed at me mentioning this again, if you've been here for all of them. But like, if the dream butterfly doesn't, like, if it's like in Japanese, whatever the dream butterfly is called possibly could not actually be a dream butterfly. It just doesn't have a literal translation. So the closest thing that you can pull from the translation possibly is dream. So for us who don't understand the language, dream butterfly is a translation you get. But what if, like, that's what I'm saying, like, what if the actual Japanese word doesn't mean dream? What if it's something else? Because Setsuna can't dream. Setsuna doesn't sleep. She can't dream, and she has no memories of the past. Dreams and memories are separate. You can dream memories, but dreams and memories are 2 completely different things. 2 completely different things. right? Dreams can be influenced from your memories. You can dream memories, but your memories and dreams are two completely different things. So why are they both affected by this dream butterfly? That's why I'm like, if the dream butterfly indeed took both her dreams and her memories, why is Setsuna remembering things in episode 10? That makes no sense. Unless, and this is like what I'm trying to like get to, like, unless the dream butterfly did take Setsuna's ability to sleep and dream, and someone else sealed her memory so that she wouldn't remember. And now whatever the sealing was that was sealed is starting to crack, right? I don't think it would be a mess up in translations, Andriana. I just think it would be like it literally would depend on the person who's translating it if there's not a direct translation from the word, because there's a lot of that. A lot of Japanese subs that we read are whoever's deciding to translate it, it's their interpretation of what's being said, because there's not a lot of crossover. There's words that exist in a whole bunch of other languages in the Japanese language that do not exist in the English language. There's a word, like, we call it the day after tomorrow. That's how, like, so it's Saturday now. Monday would be the day after tomorrow for us. In Japanese, there's an actual word for the day after tomorrow. You say, like, I'm just using, like, you say table. Like, like the word, it means, like, that's, I mentioned that's the day after tomorrow. It's not a saying, it's an actual word. Like, so there could be, right? It could be like, whatever that butterfly is called, is there's no direct translation. So the interpretation of the translation team is like, the closest thing that we can possibly do is dream. And that's what we'll go with. That could be a possibility. I don't know. I'm not saying that as fact at all. I'm just saying that could be possible, because it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me why Setsuna, why memories and dreams and her sleeping are all connected. That doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. I've been saying that since they introduced it. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. If the dream butterfly took her dreams, then why can't she not remember? Right? That doesn't make sense to me. Maybe dream butterflies can make your dreams come true. That would be nice, Rock. That would be nice. But yeah, that just doesn't make sense to me. So the only way that I'm like maneuvering around it, not making sense in my brain, is that the dream butterfly did in fact take her dreams, right? Did in fact take her dreams and her ability to sleep, and then someone else sealed her memories so that she could be put on this path to possibly kill Shishomaru, like the tree wants. That's the only thing I can think of. Other than that, it doesn't make sense. And it's the one thing that sticks out in episode 10. It's just like, yo, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, how, like, if they were taken, how can she remember? The last maybe it was all a dream. Last episode is going to be Inuyasha sleeping, Igagome waking him up. Yeah, can you imagine the rage of fans for it just being a dream? He wakes up, you see a little, he wakes up, you see a little Motoha in her crib. You go outside, you see Shishomaru and Rin holding Setsuna and Toa, and everything's all fine, and they're all living in the same village together. And then it goes off. I honestly, I would be mad if that was the ending. I'd be pissed off. I would be like, we poured all this time, we poured all of these emotions into these characters, and it never happened. It was a dream. I wouldn't like that. I don't like those endings in series. There's not one that I'm aware of where a show ends like this all was a dream, or this whole arc was a dream, or I don't like it. I don't like it. It pisses me off. I hate it. I feel like I wasted my time. Now that's something I feel like I wasted my time. Whenever you subvert me like this was a dream. I think the only movie that I enjoyed that in was The Descent. That's it. And it wasn't like way too long. It was quite literally only like the last couple minutes. And it didn't do it egregiously. I would hate that so much. I would blow a gasket live. If that happened live, I would blow a gasket, end the stream, done. Delete the playlist. All right, I'm over exaggerating, but I would be mad. I would be kind of upset. I would be upset. I don't know, man. Like I dig the week to week. I dig the monster of the week thing. But it's like now that I read that thing from Phoebe, it makes it clicks for me. It makes so much sense. It makes so much sense. It makes so much sense. It makes so much sense, right? It makes so much sense why that would be the case. Like all of this, like it just hits. Like, yeah, that's right. Ronnie was in retirement immediately. It would be your official rant stream. I would probably would have to. And I'm not about putting negativity out there. Right? I'm not about putting negativity out there, but I would have to get that off my chest. Especially if this series went more than 24 episodes and it did an ending like that. Like if it did the 24 and did an ending like that, I'd be upset, but I'm like, whatever. It was 24. I could choose not to remember this if I want to. But if it took us on a whole adventure like Inuyasha was, and then you get to the end and you do something like that, what? What? At least give us a fight that spans across 2 episodes. These fights are too quick. The fights seem like... Whenever they fight these demons, it just makes me feel like, how are they doing it? You know what I'm saying? Especially Toa. I feel that way with Toa the most. Even now. Like, Setsuna doing all of these attacks. Motoha doing these attacks. I'm like they've been in the field, right? They've been in the field. They've been working. Like Setsuna's a demon slayer. Of course she could fight. Motoha's a bounty hunter. Of course she could fight. All Toa's been doing for her life is beating up thugs. Beating up bullies at high school. So for us to be 10 episodes in and she's done all the feats that she's done, I know who her father is, but she's only been here for how long? It doesn't make sense. Kind of doesn't make sense. There is no risk. I agree. Big F you to fans, that would be yes, it would. There is no risk. There's no risk whatsoever. They always end up pulling it out. And Toa's ended a lot of these fights, and I'm just like, how? That's my question. Like, how is she ending these fights? She controlled her demon energy in the first episode. She used it. She manifested it, controlled it, ended the fight. And now she just uses it like she's been training forever. It's the weirdest thing. It's absolutely the weirdest thing. Like, we went through the moments of... Yeah. Uh-huh. Remember when the gang was poisoned and Inuyasha thought they actually all died? Yeah. I like those subversions because it makes... Because, like all those, like, they're all, like, vulnerable. They're all vulnerable. They're humans. Maybe that's the case. Maybe because the only person in that group... The only people in that group that were actually demons was half of Inuyasha and Shippo. Everybody else was human. So I guess you could get away with that more. I guess because they're all they're half demons and Motoha's a quarter demon, that it just doesn't work that way because they just have I don't know. I don't know. Let me throw some music on. I don't know. But yeah. We haven't got that moment yet. We have not gotten a moment so far where it's just like, well, damn, they messed up bad. Maybe she learned from Bomb. Possibly. Yeah. Possibly. It feels that way with Toa though. Like they've been utilizing, like they didn't even know that they had these rainbow pearls until what, the second episode? Was it the third episode? Well, the end of the third episode, right? Isn't that the case? Right, isn't that the case? And now they just use the pearls as power-ups and everything. They tap into the pearl at will. It's the craziest thing. It's real crazy. I want to treat this as its own thing, but there's too much to compare it to, right? And even if you don't have to compare it to it, excuse me, even like not comparing it, just narratively wise, there's a lot of things that are left to be desired. I can say that. I do enjoy it, right? I do enjoy it. I can enjoy something and be critical of it. There's a lot left to be desired from this. And then just to add insult to injury, you can compare it to the original, which does it better. That's really what it is. Motoha is a powerhouse with her own feudal Pokedex. Yes. So yeah, though, quarter demon or not, yeah, like it's, I agree. Like even that, like quarter demon or not, she's still, like, they've introduced the fact that Motoha has demon powers and she has the ability to use the sacred arrows. And I think the girl has, we've seen either 2 or 3 scenes of her actually shooting the arrows when they're fighting demons. And those arrows are super effective against demons when used properly. So take of that as you will. Take of it as you will, but take of it as you will. I think it's very apparent. I honestly, if it's very apparent that whoever's writing this, is it Rumiko? Is she writing this story, or is it someone else that's writing this? And she just, like, it's kind of like a Toriyama situation. Is she writing this? Or is someone else writing it and she's just given like the go ahead and you can make a sequel series? She came up with the character design, stuff like that. Is that the case? Because it feels like it's clear. I think it feels like it's clear that we know Motoha is Inuyasha and Kagome's child, and we don't want to focus on her. It's so clear. It's clear that we don't want to focus on her because of the entire premise of Inuyasha. So we want to focus on Setsuna and Toa. Easy solution. If you wanted to do that, don't introduce Motoha to us at the beginning of the series. Have Motoha be someone we run into episode 20. Let us go through this journey with Setsuna and Toa together. And then we could run into Motoha later down the line, if that's what you wanted to do. Because it's clear that it's clear that Motoha is here because she knows more than the both of them. That's the reason why she's here. It's clear that's the reason why she's here. She knows more than the both of them. She knows more. But, and it's like, she knows more, we need her, but we don't really want her to do anything, because if the three of them actually work in sync, who would actually beat them? Cool. Why don't you just move her away? Push her away. Move her away. Right? Yeah. Let's honestly imagine how that could have been. All the promotion for this series, because Motoha is the first character. Motoha is the first character that they showed to us. What's the first character character design that I saw was Motoha. And then I saw Toa and Setsuna after. That's back when I thought that Yashahime was Motoha's name. Right? So easily, instead of promoting this series, right? And instead of promoting this series with the 3 of them, you should have just promoted this series as Shishomaru's daughters, not Shishomaru and Inuyasha's daughters, and then had us run into Motoha later. Like, imagine how everybody, like, imagine Motoha's not been in this series, right? We've just been going through with Toa and Setsuna. We could have, like, this really could have been a Toa doesn't know anything, and she can't be bailed out by Motoha and Setsuna, and she has to learn about feudal Japan, right? And she has to learn these things, and she finally gets proficient. She's catching up to Setsuna more and more. Like, they link back and forth doing these things. She's trying to get this done with Setsuna, and then they run into Motoha. And the first time you see Motoha, you're like, holy crap! Who are you? Us as the fans, the first time we see Motoha, you would look at her and be like, oh my goodness, is that who I think it is? And then you get some more information, and then Motoha's like, all right, I'll stick around. And then you could get the scene of, oh, you're Shishomaru's daughters. And then it's just like we're trying to put together what Motoha's connecting in her brain. Right? Like Motoha could be the character that's putting 2 and 2 together with all the information that she knows in her head. And like meeting them, getting to know them, she's connecting it all in her brain, and as she's doing that, we're trying to connect in our heads as the viewer. What possibly does she know? What possibly does she know that she's connecting? That's it. That, I think that solves the issue. You should have never, like, she should not have been here from the start. Miyoka's literally all me, like, man, that's what it feels like. That's totally what it feels like. That, I feel like that should have been the proper way to do this series. If you really wanted to make Toa the main character, Toa and Setsuna the main character, you should have just made it the 2 of them. You should have just made it the 2 of them. Yeah, I agree. You could have just put Motoha in the shadow. We don't meet her for a while. They're using Motoha to tease Inuyasha. Yeah, they are. Yeah, it's not like teasing Inuyasha and Kagome shouldn't be the focal point of a Shishomaru-led series, right? Like that's easy. Teasing Inuyasha and Kagome should not be the focus of a Shishomaru series. A series based around the actions, the consequences, and Shishomaru's children dealing with it. That shouldn't be the focus. You're absolutely right. But how are they going to market Motoha, right? Inuyasha and Kagome are going to sell because they were the main characters of Inuyasha. That's going to sell. But imagine how much more crazy the hype would have been. Episode 15, Motoha shows up. Right? Imagine the hype. Episode 15, Motoha shows up. Right? Imagine how much hype that would have been. People would have went crazy. People would have gone nuts. It would have been a bigger reveal than us seeing Inuyasha and Kagome 2 weeks ago. It would have been bigger than that. And then because of how big the explosion about Motoha would have been, the first time we get to see Inuyasha and Kagome would have been even bigger. Come on, man. But then again, I say all this, and then at the same time I can say I'm an armchair quarterback. We're 10 episodes in, and I can have all these thoughts. Actually sitting here and coming up with it, it's different. So even though I still feel like such a good point for Shishomaru, like this series is focused on Shishomaru a lot, right? The series focuses on Shishomaru, and it should be focused on Shishomaru. It shouldn't, like how this honestly should have gone was how the original Inuyasha series went. We follow Inuyasha in group, monster to monster, week to week, Naraku, Kikyo, all that good stuff. Shishomaru episode, Back to Inuyasha, this, that, and the third. Inuyasha and Sesshomaru fight each other. We have the squabble for an episode or two. They separate. That's what this should have been. It should have been Toa and Setsuna are our main characters that we're following, and we run into Motoha from time to time. That's what it should have been. Right? That's what it should have been. We run into Motoha from time to time, and then we get this 5-episode arc where Motoha joins our group. And this one thing that we're both aligned on. This one thing we're both aligned in. We come together, we defeat this demon, right? We come together, we defeat this demon, and then boom, we separate, right? We're on good terms, right? But then we separate. Like quite like so total. That could have been it. That could have been it. And then honestly, like instead of having what's the boy's name? Takechi? Instead of him instead of him having the dream that's related to Motoha, we could have had some moment like that where Toa and Setsuna get like all these different dreams from different people and see Sesshomaru, Kirinmaru, Kagome, Inuyasha, and be like, and then from some other interaction be like, that's dad, something like that. And then put 2 and 2 together and realize that Motoha is indeed their cousin. And now the next time they see each other, like Toa's trying to like talk sense between them, but maybe Setsuna and Motoha have a thing that they butt heads and Toa tries to interject. And it's just like we need to work together. And then that's when you start can do plot. And then Motoha possibly could join the... There's so many different ways that you could have taken this. There's so many different ways that this could have been taken. And you could have given that true focus to these girls actually trying to be real sisters, trying to be twins, learning about their past. And you don't have to worry about Motoha just sitting on the sideline. Don't have to worry about that. Like Naruto Sasuke, a little bit, Rock. Yeah, a little bit. Sesshomaru tricks Inuyasha into thinking he brought back his mother. You see Tessaiga protect Kagome. Sesshomaru loses an arm. That first fight was amazing. That first fight was absolutely amazing. I hate to say I don't think we're going to get a fight like that in this series. Unless it's another Sesshomaru and Inuyasha fight. I don't know. I feel like that could have been cool. I feel like this series is bound to just like not have hype fights. None of these fights have been hype. They've been cool. Nothing's been hype. None of these fights have been hype. And none of these fights have really affected the story. Have had story implications on them. Even early in Inuyasha, some of those fights had some story implications behind them. But nothing so far has had serious story implications, right? So oops. That was such a good fight. You're gonna make me watch that fight again. You're gonna make me watch that fight again. It just came out. All right. I say all of this right about this series. I say it like all of that was said, and I still can say, right? And I still can say I can't wait until next week. I want to see these girls go on adventures, right? I want to see these girls go on an adventure. I want to see them grow. Setsuna is getting growth. I want to see Toa grow. Like, she's so fixated on this. I want to see if she actually grows a little bit from it. I want to see more Motoha. I want to see, like, I'm excited for next week. Like, you can be critical of the things that you like. When you're not critical of them is when I start to look at you a little funny. Like, there's nothing bad you can find about it, right? That's just me personally. When, like, if there's a series I love, I can critically look at my series and want more from it because I love it so much. But I can and in the same breath, I can still like what the series is giving me. Like, I'm enjoying what the series is giving me. Is it kind of confusing sometimes? A little bit, but we talk our way through it. This is what this is for. We talk our way through it, right? And then, but I still can be like, well, this doesn't make sense. I wish this character could have been right. Right? I can wish all these things. I can wish all these things. I vote for an Inuyasha rewatch stream. I don't know. Maybe if I didn't rewatch the whole series before starting this, maybe. Motoha's the best girl. I agree. Motoha's my favorite out of the three. Like, she's my favorite out of the three because the way they treat her, and yeah, because the way they treat her, and because of that one little moment from last week, getting to see what she truly feels like. All right, that is just like it. That one touches me. An Inuyasha rewatch stream. I don't know. Maybe we could just have. I don't know, man. Maybe, possibly. Maybe, you know what we could do? We could pick a day, and I'll make it an unlisted stream, right? So I'll leave it unlisted, and I'll drop the link for all the people and that talk about Inuyasha on the Discord, and it'll just be us, right? And it could just be us in there chilling. We don't have to worry about a rogue person sliding in there, and we could just jam out on some stuff. Maybe we could do that. Maybe I'll start to do that more. Possible, I don't know. Just random stuff, like I'm hopping on unlisted, it won't be up. If you're here, you're here. If you're not, you can't go back and watch it. Some stuff like that to incentivize people to watch it. I did read it. I don't want to talk about it here because the chapter was crazy, Rock. At me on the Discord, Rock, if you're on the Discord. I'm pretty sure you're on the Discord. At me on the Discord, and we'll definitely talk about it. Definitely. Chapter was crazy. Yeah, I may do that. I may do like some, like if I just for like an hour or something, and I just feel like jamming out about like a series that we do or something, right? Totally not on Discord. I'm supposed to be doing a sidetrack stream today. I don't know if I'll talk about it there either because of just the nature of it, of the spoilers. I don't know. I had to find some way to talk about it. What's up, Pite? What's up? Yeah, the sidetrack stream is supposed to be today. I don't have anything planned. Plus it's snowing outside, so I don't think I'm gonna go anywhere. So I think I might. I don't know. I think I might do it today. Not might do it today. I think I have to find some time to do it. It's 2:00 now. Maybe 4. I don't want it to go another 5 hours. Made a Discord crew. Okay. I'll check it out. Definitely. I'll definitely check it out. Thank you. Stream making a snowman. I can't stream mobile. I figured that out the other day. I was gonna stream. Matter of fact, I was gonna stream myself on the couch watching. To you, yeah. I'll when I hop on the Discord when I finish up here, I'll add you and see what's going on. Yeah, I was gonna for the Mandalorian, I was gonna stream mobile. I was sitting on the couch and I was like, since I don't feel like sitting here at like 11 o'clock at night streaming like the Mando at this desk, I was gonna like go live from my phone and just like talk as I was watching it. And I went to do it and it was like, your channel's not eligible for mobile streaming. I was like, what? I was like, what? So then I Googled it, and I Googled it And it was like, you need to have 1,000 subscribers in order to stream from your phone. And I was like, another thing that's locked behind the another thing that's locked behind 1,000 subscribers. So I was like, well, okay. I wish I would have known that before I had the idea of streaming from my couch, because I definitely would have did it. But yeah, sucks. But yeah. So I literally would have no way of streaming myself outside. I would have no way unless I got a nice, powerful laptop and I got a webcam, connected it to it, and did it from there. And I could bring the laptop outside. Other than that, I can't. I wouldn't. Unless I got unless I got like 100-foot long USB extension cable and USB extension cable, or a super long HDMI cable, and I was able to take the camera from the tripod and bring it upstairs. That's the whole thing. And bring it outside. That's the whole thing. So sucks, but yeah. I'm not sure what the new group is. I gotta hop on. Yeah, I would like that. I would enjoy that a lot. I'm watching you. I honestly don't stream on mobile. I saw people tripping. I do a lot from my phone. Well, I used to. I don't do as much. I used to do everything from my phone, right? I used to do everything from my phone, but now I don't. I don't do as much. I try not to be like, because I'm sitting here behind this camera looking at these screens consistently all day. So I just want to like disconnect from screens. But then like I get on my phone and it's just like, well, damn it, I gotta like keep up with all my gacha games and talk to people in my personal life. It's too much. It's too much. So yeah. Time to take my entire setup outside. That's crazy. Nah. If you could see what this place looks like when I unplug everything. If you could see what this place looks like whenever I took those 2 days to fix everything, I unplugged everything. I mean, I unplugged everything. I unplugged the lights, the entire mixer, interfaces, audio splitters, systems, studio monitors, cameras, the entire computer, capture cards, everything. I unplugged everything. And I was like, oh my goodness. I unplugged everything, and halfway through plugging stuff up, I started to get confused. And I was like, dude, I don't remember what goes to what anymore. So now I'm just sitting here like, I don't know what to do. I got to get this stuff plugged back in. So now I'm just like, this goes to here, then this connects to this, and then I think it goes to here so I could get this to go here. And then I'm like, that didn't work. Unplug this to unplug this. It took hours. It took hours. I started at 8. I finished at like 2 in the morning. It took a minute. It took a long time. So unless I'm getting new equipment for everything, or I'm reorganizing everything, don't you work in tech? Label your wires. They are labeled. They are labeled. But I have one switcher, two switcher. I have two switchers that have to interact because mine is different. Like how I have my setup is different from how other people have their setups, right? Usually like a streamer will have their setup, like they have their computer monitors, and then if they have like a console included in their setup, they then have another monitor that they use they have another monitor that they would use for their gaming stuff. I don't. I only have two. So what I did was I connected my two consoles to a switcher, connected my second monitor to the switcher as well, connected the switcher to the splitter so it could split the signals, right? and then ran that into the capture card, and then run the capture card, and the capture card is connected to the computer, right? I do all of that. So right now, if I turn on my PlayStation, my second monitor, which has you guys on it, my OBS window on it, everything, like it goes away. It stops being my computer's monitor. It becomes my PlayStation's monitor. Now I only have one computer monitor, so I don't have the ability to move stuff around and do everything. And then if I turn on my Switch and I switch the signal, I then can make my Switch my second monitor. And I still only have one computer monitor, but now I don't have a PlayStation monitor. But then if I want my second computer monitor back, I turn them both off and I switch the signal. And then voila, I now have two computer monitors again. So there's so many switcher to switcher to, it's too much. It's too much. It's way too much. I have diagrams. Like me and a friend sat, I have diagrams of what goes into what to get what to what, right? Like I have two capture cards, one for the camera, one for the systems, right? The camera's capture card is plugged up something else. It utilizes its own USB, like its own HDMI port. But then the consoles route to the switchers, which routes to the other capture card that plugs in. It's a lot. It's so much. It's so much. It's so much. I got confused halfway through that, not gonna lie. That's stuff, and that's just consoles, right? That's not counting, like, I have an audio interface for my microphone, right? Which is a completely separate device than my mixer. Like my mixer controls the audio from my studio monitors that I hear through. It controls the feed for you guys, which you hear. It connects to the monitors. It connects to the computer. Like if I really wanted to get fancy, I could take the audio from the PlayStation and the Switch, route it to the mixer, and then I could control the dials on the mixer to turn the PlayStations up and down, right? I could do all that, but I don't want to because that's more wires. I have the wires, it's just more wires, and I don't want more wires. So I just let OBS handle it, and I control the sliders from there. It's so much. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's really a lot. New series. I'm not that proficient though. I do work IT, like that's my job. That's what I went to college for. That's what I have a degree in, computer science. Like every job I've worked outside of Christmas tree shop and McDonald's. Outside of Christmas tree shop and McDonald's has been like a tech job. So, yeah. So, I get it, but I'm not that versed in it. I'm versed enough. I'll say that. I'm versed enough. And now I'm learning lighting and all. It's a lot. Learning lighting, 3D modeling, all that stuff. It's cool stuff. Cool stuff. Cool stuff. And I don't know next. I look up everything. If I don't know it, I look it up. And I let someone that knows more about it tell me, and then I incorporate it. Make music? No way. 3D modeling? I'm trying to learn how to. Yeah, I'm trying to. I'm learning. I'm in Unreal right now. I'm trying 3D environments and all that stuff. But Blender was recommended to me. Blender was recommended to me. What are some other stuff? I have a document of all these different programs I could use. I just don't remember. I'm in Unreal though. Yeah. I have a friend that's helping me out with all that stuff. Like that's his job, and he's trying to he's giving me the lowdown, showing me the ropes. Cosplay? No. I don't. What time? It's 2:10. It's 2:10. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna eat some food for the first time today. And then well, technically I do cosplay. You're right. I wanted to do Saitama as well. I just don't feel like shaving my beard. Because I would want a full commit, and I don't feel like going babyface for a Saitama cosplay. I don't. Well, I that is true. I got Giorno's wig. I had Jotaro's hat. They're right here, by the way. All that stuff is still right here. Have them. Like, it's right here. We're gonna finish JoJo eventually. We're gonna finish it. I don't fall. I don't fall. It's falling. Oh, saved it. Okay. I saved it from falling off the desk. I still have all. I just have to. I still have all it. I gotta do something about it. What the wig? Giorno. Yeah. Let me get out of here. We got a sidetrack stream to do. If you guys can stop by the sidetrack stream, that's gonna happen. Possibly in a couple hours, 2 hours. I'd say by 4 o'clock. So that's 2 hours from me. Can't wait for the next part. Yeah, so it's about 2 hours away. 2 hours. Well, 1 hour and 49 minutes because it's 2:11 right now. So 4 o'clock, an hour and 49 minutes away. Stop by if you can. If you can't, don't worry about it. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you guys joining me I appreciate you guys joining me every Saturday for this. Right? Come on. Yeah. I appreciate you guys. We'll be here. Be here later. I'll be here tomorrow for my hero as well. If you're interested in that. My hero chapter, so you don't spoil yourself. So if you're here for that, interested, stop by. If not, don't worry about it. Yeah, stop by. Definitely stop by to the sidetrack stream. There's huge information. Like, the whole channel's changing Wednesday. Everything is changing on the channel. Time slots, what's going to be on the channel, everything is changing Wednesday. So I'm going to talk about it in depth, right? In depth on the sidetrack stream. That's the main reason for the sidetrack stream. Even though I want to try to do it every week, that's the main reason for the sidetrack stream. So stop by. It'll be posted in Discord as well. So if you can't make it, don't worry about that announcement. And yeah, I'm out of here. Thank you guys again. I appreciate you. Peace out.